the CEB show. I am driving. It was a packed day for me. Church, lunch, fell asleep. Ravens game. Well, between waking up and the Ravens game, I was busy with errands, and that's why this video is coming out so late. It is, and technically, day of rest, so I shouldn't be doing it. Of course, I was running errands too. Anywho, that's why this is going up so late. It will still be Sunday the 4th, some places, some of the more western time zones. So, depending on where you are when you see this, happy 11th or 12th day of Christmas, or maybe you're even watching it later, so happy whatever day that is. Alright, so, with that said, I have a Mack truck all up on my booty. Okay, he's going around. I'm going like 60. What's he doing? Anyway, just got done watching the Ravens game. What the heck? Let's talk a little sports here. This is a game where there is talk, and who knows by the time this goes up what the situation will be, but talk that whichever coach lost this game would get fired, despite having a very successful career for years with this one team. But because they haven't won the Super Bowl, pretty much, people are thinking they need to go. I disagree. I just got done talking to a friend. He pretty much just called Harbaugh a cheerleader. Former special teams coach who doesn't do anything, doesn't scheme, and just sits on the sideline. Or stands on the sideline. Well, his words exactly, or at least what I remember, were stands on the side, stands or walks on the sideline. What did he say? But pretty much yelling and wearing them stupid glasses or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, he doesn't think much of Harbaugh. And really, my view of Tomlin is people figure him out. This is kind of the first season where the Steelers the back half of the season wasn't worse than the first half of the season. Because Tomlin has had a bunch of seasons where such a great start, and then it's like one team figures him out, and then everybody figures him out, and then he gets bounced in the first round of the playoffs, which I kind of think is still going to happen. I think the Texans are going to go in there and beat them, but who knows? But back to Harbaugh, the Ravens in general, a lot of people are talking about pretty much just blowing up the whole team, trading Lamar, firing Harbaugh. Who knows what else they do? I think that's not the best idea. This is a team who have 3 losses because of a fourth quarter fumble, a late fourth quarter fumble, against the Bills, the Lions, who were playing a lot better at the beginning of the season when they played the Ravens, and the Patriots. So you're talking about 2 playoff teams and a team that has kind of fell apart there in the second half of the season, if I remember correctly. So that's 3 losses. And then you just had that streak in the middle of the season, or at the beginning of the season, where no Lamar, half the team's hurt, people really were saying they looked like a second half preseason team. So many backups were starting for that squad. And Cooper Rush, I mean, I don't even know if you can blame Cooper Rush. So it's hard for me, at least, to fire Harbaugh, especially based off of this season. And even if he is a cheerleader, whatever works, you know? Like, he didn't fumble the ball 3 times. He didn't get hurt. You know, he didn't cause the injury. Not his job to prevent injuries, other than, like, not overworking the player. And he didn't miss this field goal at the end of the Steelers game, so, like, that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think if he gets fired, he ends up with the Falcons. Of course, Bill Belichick still might be available for some teams, though I think he had an opportunity to go to the Falcons, or the opening was there when he was available, and that didn't happen. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And as far as I know, the only firing I've heard so far is the Falcons. Though the Falcons did get rid of their GM as well, and I'm sure Belichick, as Phil Parcells used to say, if I'm going to cook, let me do the grocery shopping. I got 3 more minutes. Cool. There's other coaches that are on, like, the questionable hot seat. They look like they might be hot. Dan Quinn, which, again, he had some issues with injuries, especially with Jaden getting hurt. Austin Eckler was hurt at the beginning of the season. They probably shouldn't have traded away Brian Robinson. Terry McLaurin was hurt a bunch. I think at one point, it was like Deebo Samuels, and then, like, the other top 4 receivers were hurt. Which, like how do you win that way? And the defense still needs work. They never really. They lost pieces that was working in that system, and then the system just. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the defensive coordinator. He was not good, and Dan Quinn probably took over earlier, but also when Dan Quinn did take over, they started getting guys back, so that was probably a part of it. So we'll see who gets fired here. Black Monday, I believe they call it. I don't know why I'm questioning that. I'm like 99% sure that's what they call it. So we'll see some coaches on the chopping block. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Maybe I'll talk about the 12th day of Christmas, or the Feast of the Epiphany, or AI's place in music, which is a video that is coming. I don't know if I'm going to make it for Back to Brag or for F4A Radio, but by the way, speaking of F4A Radio, I'm going to do some plugs. They're not paid for plugs. January 5th, it was scheduled for 1 a.m. It'll probably be a little later, 1:30, 2 o'clock a.m. Top 25 of 2025, and that's of F4A Radio's songs they promoted just views this year. Also, this Friday, we announce what charity we'll be raising money for the Friday the 13th fundraiser that will go on between the week of Friday the 13th of February and Friday the 13th in March. I do have to break some news about the March Friday the 13th. That won't be a 24-hour stream like we planned because I messed up. Anyway, I'm over 10 minutes. Well, that wrap-up took a lot longer than I thought. All right, like, subscribe, turn notifications, follow, comment, show your love, and peace.